Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
Come on, everybody.
More importantly, we have a guest, Tanner, FBoy Island, season 3. A brief appearance here on the show. Nice guy, but we think that there may be more to his story, and we want to kind of get to know him a little bit more. So, Tanner, thank you for joining us, brother.
Yeah, of course, guys. Thank you guys for having me on you guys' podcast today. Finally able to get this going and happy to be here.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, we love talking to the cast members of any kind of show, especially F Boy, though. We've been F Boy
Yeah,
fans since the beginning. So, right off
love
the
it.
top, I want to ask you one, are you like a reality TV guy in the past? Do you have any experience shows you watch? Secondly, how did you find out about F Boy Island? Just, did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? Kind of what's your story there?
Yeah. So actually reality TV is one of my guilty pleasures. I love reality TV. I've watched I started off with the Love Island UK. My mom is actually the one who put me on reality TV. She is a huge junkie when it comes to that. So a little influence from her. But watched all the seasons of Love Island USA. I just love the drama. It kind of just reels me in, hooks me in. It's good TV. And
We love that.
the way this show kind of came out to me was they reached out on Instagram. One of the casting assistants did, and to be honest, right when they DM me, I thought it was a fake show. I thought it was one of those shows that led into like Too Hot to Handle, something like that. And I was like, no
Yeah.
way.
That's a
But
good,
once
that's
she
funny.
described the show and she's like, it's in season 3 and everything, I was like, okay, damn, like it's an actual show. I looked it up, but I actually never watched an episode before going on to the show. What
Mm.
really intrigued me about the opportunity was she explained the scope of the show, talking about you can come in as a nice guy, you can come in as an F boy and everything. And I was just like, wow, I get to come in as myself. Like I'm an actual like nice guy. And I've like gone through the auditions for other reality shows in the past and such. And I kind of like angled it in a way to kind of say what they wanted to hear to kind of because I know how it's played. I know how it's angled to get yourself to they what they want to see type and
Mm.
what they want to hear type deal. So being able to go on and through this process, being authentically me throughout the entire interview process, and that's exactly what I did. I went in as a nice guy, and they didn't try to flip it one bit on me, and I went in as me, and that was the funnest part. Was I got to go in completely as me, and kind of bit me in the ass a little bit. Could have, got knocked out early, but I went in as me, which was fun.
It is tough though. Like this show, you lose people a lot every single week. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's like another show, you lose like one person. I mean, it's three every week. So
Right, and
not like
I didn't realize how rapid we were moving. I didn't
yeah.
even know like the first night when they announced the elimination, the first ceremony, all of us were caught off guard. To be honest with you, they were throwing curveballs left and right. I really didn't know what to expect, so I didn't realize how fast paced it was. Granted, kind of going through this experience, though, I feel like going in with a little bit of a game plan and probably briefing myself up on the past seasons probably would have done me a little bit more justice for sure.
That is it is something we say basically about like any show that we
Any show,
review. It's like if you're going on the show, you probably, it's like guess hindsight, right, dude? But I guess listen, this is a little bit different than say like the challenge or even a Big
right?
Brother or something like that. This isn't inherently about the strategy. I think, right, and you can kind of say at the end of the day, and we'll kind of get to a question like this. It is really just like if you have a connection with somebody pretty quick, right? You need to be
Yeah,
on their radar with a lot of guys right
mhm,
away. Um,
right.
do you real quick before I segue over though? You mentioned you not watching. Do you think most of the guys were familiar with the show though and had watched it, or do you think most of the guys hadn't watched it?
Actually, we all talked about it. A majority of the guys were familiar with the show, even if they didn't know about it prior to doing the interview process. Once they, got reached out to, they all watched the show for the most part. I think there was one other guy that said they kind of went in blind too, but for the most part, everybody kind of knew what to expect.
All right, cool. That's a good segue. Then you guys talk about talking. So we have experience, like we said. Shout out Mercedes, the guys from season
Yeah,
2, the jailhouse
Yeah, house
boys.
crew.
Um,
Kylan and yeah, those guys.
yeah. So how would you say now we don't get to see a lot of it? The show is obviously you guys are competing against each other. Now you weren't there too long to really get
right.
a ton of feuds or really anything like that we saw on screen, but would you characterize the cast now as being close or during it? Like what's the vibe now, or even maybe at least as much as you saw while you were there?
To be honest, like I still am in good contact with the majority of the guys today. We have a group chat and everything. We all are pretty active in it to this day. And to be honest, it's a pretty tight knit, close group. What I realized with this cast is We are all very unique in our own ways. We are all very different, but when you put us in a group together, we all just kind of gel in our own way. There's really no animosity. Don't get me wrong, there's, drama and testosterone that's going to be bounced around and tempers are going to flare naturally. But once it's all said and done, and once tempers kind of cool down a little bit, people are very understanding of each other. My experience there, people were very welcoming and receptive of being able to listen and hear each other out, for the most part. So it was my experience. From what I experienced, it was a good group. And one of the reasons why I did want to go on to the show too, and one of the reasons why I love reality TV is the camaraderie and the brotherhood that these guys leave with. So being able to take that with me for the rest of my life and being able to share this unique experience with them was, what really did it for me.
Right,
That's
what do you
awesome.
got?
Yeah, no, I would say like the amount of people we talk to, the cast is always very pro. Like we love the dudes, and it
Yeah,
shows. Like especially when we talk to everybody, like no one really has anything bad to say about anybody. It's a lot of jokes, and it's how you know
right,
that people like each other. So that's awesome to
right,
hear.
I
absolutely. And yeah,
I gotta ask. We have our viewers. Everybody wants to know. I
yeah,
don't want to do you like this. You're a good guy. You're a nice guy, actually.
I appreciate you.
Why did you cry?
Man, okay. I have no problem talking about this. No, honestly, okay. When I saw your initial recap on the show, I was dying too when I saw myself crying. It's funny. It's funny. I get it. I can laugh at it. But what was going on prior was this was the first time in my entire life where I kind of had like I was excommunicado from everybody in my life. And that was kind of an issue for me because it wasn't, in the past, I went to school out of state. I played football in college out of state across the country. I had no problem doing that, being away from my family. But once I kind of got that taken away from me, I have a very, tight knit, close family. Once I got that taken away from me, I kind of just got in my head. I was just very worried about what was going on back home. And once I kind of got taken away from my little routine, my little bubble, it kind of took a little toll on me mentally. Being put into a wild experiment with 20 other guys and 3 women. Again, I'm a huge empath, in my opinion. I can kind of feel a lot of emotions, and honestly, it was just kind of just got taxing on me. And to be honest, I feel like in that moment, unfortunately, I had to be on national TV. I just needed a good cry. I'm not gonna lie, it felt so good to get that out, man. Again, unfortunately, with live TV, I get it national TV for the world to see, but that's how I felt in that moment. Everything that I said was from the heart. Everything that I said, again, was 100% me, and I have no regrets. And just being able to actually show that emotional side on that big of a stage was very impressive to myself. And I'm proud of myself for doing that because I've been really preaching on trying to step out of my comfort zone and be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's exactly what I did.
I appreciate that. Anyone watches our thing knows I love a good cry. I enjoy a good cry too. And frankly, man,
Yeah.
it's better than you being a fake hardo in all
Right.
its, you know what I mean? And we saw
Yeah.
plenty of that on plenty of shows. This one, not as bad this season. We've seen it a little bit, but
Yeah.
like I said, I think we thought it was genuine for sure. It was
Yeah.
funny, and we weren't expecting it, right?
Right,
So
we
it
have no
is.
Right.
context.
This is
Like the second, yeah, no, like the second elimination, like what is going on with this guy? Why is he crying? Like what is going on? I get it. But and again, like why are these dudes, hugging him on stage? The reason behind that, man, is each day that goes by during that experiment, it feels like a week. Like it just
Yeah.
feels so long, and you get to know people on just a personal level in such a short amount of time too. Every single one of these guys, I had great in-depth conversations with. We just talked about everything from how we were feeling in the moment to just random things about life, what we went through our childhood, this and that. So being able to just build that friendship and brotherhood right off the bat, kind of, we all felt that. And again, emotions are flaring, and some tears are going to be shed. It just it happens, but yeah.
No, I think that's legit. I mean, it's cool. Like I said, it's nice to
Mhm.
know that you guys have a good vibe. It's good to
Absolutely.
know that, like, obviously, with the season winding down, that anything that has occurred hasn't been, life threatening or anything like that, relationship
Right.
threatening. But what I do
Absolutely.
want to ask one last thing, at least on my end, is um, did you explore with all three? Like, how much time did you really get with any of them? I know Katie eliminated you. Do you feel like you spent the most time with Katie, so that was appropriate, or that was something we kind of had talked about behind the scenes a little bit?
Right, right. So Katie was the only one that I pursued on the show, actually. Once I saw her, I decided to kind of put all my eggs in one basket and go full go. I did have a good few conversations with Katie. Actually, I did pursue. I did try. I wasn't one of those guys standing in the back. I know it wasn't shown too much, but I did pursue her. I did have great conversations with her, and I do believe that she was looking out for my best interests when it came down to elimination time. Because again, she's been through this before. This isn't her first rodeo, so she kind of can right or second. So she's been, yeah, she's dipped her foot in this realm quite a bit. So she kind of knows what to look out for. Maybe somebody feels out of place. She can probably pick that up right away, and that's probably what she saw in me. And I guess in her best interest or my best interest, she thought that she was doing me a favor. But yeah, no, it's all good. I get it. I completely understand. But now moving forward, if there was a ever future opportunity to, make another appearance, I would definitely come in with a strategy, and I wouldn't go out as soon as I did. I can guarantee that.
And watch the old seasons.
Yes, and watch the old seasons, and yeah, educate myself just a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen, man, you got to start hammering those Love Island applications now, man.
Man, literally,
You
man.
made it. Every country, there's like 18 million countries, right? You go to any
Literally.
of them.
I can dabble all around the world. Why not?
Yeah, because I mean, Love Island's a bridge. You can go on Love Island games. You can go on the
Right.
challenge. Like,
Or just it
it's
opens
a
so many
stepping stone.
opportunities. Absolutely, for sure.
Already
For
got
sure.
And you know the show. If you said you've watched it all, you know the
Oh
show.
yeah. Oh yeah. I know that one inside and out. So that would be a fun one.
Did you happen to watch Katie Thurston's like Bachelor seasons at all, or were you?
To be honest with you, I had no idea she was on The Bachelor and Bachelorette. I had zero idea. She was just the one that I wanted to pursue out of all three of the women, and just so happened to be that she was the Bachelorette. I had no idea.
And did anybody else did a lot of people know who she was, or was you like?
Oh yeah, decent. Yeah, majority
Okay.
of the cast, majority of them did know right when they saw her who she was and everything. Like there was little small talk going around within the guys and everything, and it was kind of a little bit of a sidewind, but yeah, that was cool.
I guess last thing, way out, man. I guess what I would say, a really great conversation. If you could let the audience know one thing about your experience about the show that maybe we didn't see, just like what you would want people to know about the show or know about you guys or things in general, kind of like one thing maybe we didn't see that you wish people did see or knew about.
Right. One thing I just want to kind of talk about all the guys as a whole. For the most part, what you see on TV does not represent the individual. To be honest with you, in the moment, I understand words are going to be said, and that's what they catch in the moment. Like we all say some things that we might regret in the moment. Completely understand, but at the end of the day, we're there to make good TV, and that's what we did. That's what we did. There may be some guys who are portraying some images for themselves that they might not want, but all these guys, man, I'm telling you, are great dudes at heart. Every single one of them, to be honest with you. And there was a lot that happened that we know just happens in every other show. There was a lot that happened that just, doesn't get shown. And at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have emotions. We all feel too. So I just want people to take that into consideration before saying their opinion and whatnot. But my experience myself, this was a once in a lifetime experience that I will forever be grateful for. I am so grateful for the producers, for the entire network, for giving me this opportunity. They have been great to work with. Everybody was just so warm and welcoming. Again, I didn't feel any sort of I couldn't let out my emotions obviously or talk about anything. Everything just kind of flowed, and again, one hell of an experience that I will share with these guys for a lifetime.
Well, from two dickheads just giving our opinions and making fun of you guys, we appreciate the good television.
Absolutely, man. No, we love you guys too. Absolutely.
We know it's all
we know
it's all love. No,
we're all jokes. We're all jokes.
Come. Yeah, exactly. Even if the jokes come, we can let it roll off our back. No, that's the fun stuff. That's the fun part of it too. Is we can make fun of ourselves too. We have that humility within ourselves. We know how to joke around. We know how to joke within ourselves, and that's why I feel like they did a great job casting the guys that they did this season.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, you, any other guys, especially with only a few episodes left in the season, you want to get a few guys back together, come on together, shoot the shit, kind of a little round table and talk about stuff, obviously especially once the season's over and people can kind of react to who won and who took the money and who didn't and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, always open door, man. Especially Love Island.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Love Island too,
I'm
man.
gonna cover everyone watch all Love Island with us and do.
Oh yeah, man.
Do you watch Love Island games?
I'm gonna start doing that. I actually
Okay.
just
But
absolutely. We'll stay
hey,
in touch for sure.
where can people find you if they want to find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Tanner Gill 77. That's pretty much the only social media that I'm pretty active on.
It's all good, man.
Cool.
Find Tanner there. If you haven't seen the season, go back. We have some people that come and just watch our interviews. Check out FBoy Island season 3. We have a playlist here on the channel. Every single episode reviewed. A few weeks left. We'll have the finale, everything after that as well. Tanner, brother, again, appreciate your time, man. And
Thank you.
Everybody that's watching, thank you. Peace.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, bub.